Hi, I'm Andrew Rabanal. This is my second year in Hodgson Singers. I've just graduated this last Friday, I guess. I'll be going to grad school at Columbia in the fall, and my major in UGA was theater.
Hi, my name is Gary Weed. I'm lucky number 6 year at UGA. Transferred, so 6 years collective. I'm first year at Hodgson Singers, and my major is mathematics.
Hey, I'm Jake Moskowitz. Let's see. I'm a senior. I'm going to graduate this August. My major is cognitive science and anthropology. This is my third year in Hodgson, and after graduating, I'm planning on going to California to study psychology and social behavior.
So, do any of y'all remember your first time in Hodgson Singers?
Yeah, I guess I was my second year here, and I remember coming into rehearsal for the first time, and just there was a lot of introductions the first day. But then after that, we started singing, and that was like super intimidating because it's like, oh my gosh, everybody in here is like, they can sight read so much better than I can, and their voices are so much better than I am, and I was just super intimidated by that, and still kind of am, but I feel a lot more comfortable about all that now. So that's my first experience, I guess.
I remember I've been 3 years in men's glee club here, and I wasn't going to do Hodgson Singers. I wanted initially to come in and do like the best singing group possible once I got to Georgia, and I kind of lost sight of that goal. And just before classes started, I think this past August or so, I decided to audition. I woke up Tuesday morning, said I'm going to write my name on the board, and then I auditioned Wednesday and got the position. So that was a bit of fortune and a very very interesting entry. But I do remember the first time in men's glee club, which is a lot more personal to me, is Dr. Barra hopped up on the piano that Tuesday morning, and 3 or 4 years ago, and told us, it was a group. I don't know if you were there, Nathan.
Maybe.
At I think it was a group of like 15 or 16 of us guys, and it was kind of coming on a hangover for the last guy, and he told us, we're gonna have a great time, and told us what his expectations were, and it was just a 15-minute conversation that I'll never forget.
Let's see. The first thing I remember about Dr. Barra was being in the same room with him with my audition, and I just was struck by how laid back he was and how like cool he was. It seemed really low pressure, which made me initially like really seem to like the choir program here. And then on my first day in Hodgson, that was my second year of college, after doing Collegium. I remember the very first day we sang a piece called Lay a Garland, and I still love that piece, and I still associate it with like my memories in Hodgson. So I would say like that's the thing that stands out to me the most. And we sounded beautiful, so I was definitely struck by that.
Leah Garland keeps popping up in these conversations.
Really?
Yeah, it's really funny. Everyone talks about
It's a great piece.
because it was.
Do it again, Dr. Barra.
It's a big divisi, right? It's a big divisi. So
Oh yeah, there's like 8 parts.
8 parts, yeah. I can't remember the number. Anyway, yeah, it's very interesting, and it's funny. I don't know. Do you know? I was struck when we did Brahms, and when he walked into that rehearsal and had it. Sometimes he is so laid back and casual. We just go, but then he walks into that, and he was like, "We have exactly 33 minutes to spend on this section," and then we would conclude, and he was like, "We are 3 minutes behind," or "We are 2 minutes ahead." And it was like exact down to the minute. We went through every piece of that, just exactly right on the dot. It's really funny. So what do you enjoy most about being in Hodgson Singers?
What do I enjoy the most? Well, let me think. I would say
'Cause
that
actually, I will note, all three of you are not music majors. I think it's the only group we've had so far where it's 3 non-music majors. So, this is a lot of work. Like, I'm sort of required to be in a choir. You don't have to. So, what makes you stay here?
yeah, I was gonna say like this is not like music is not my career path. It's just a thing that I love to do on my own free time. So I would say that college for me, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of classes. I'm busy during the day. And then I have those 2 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where I just kind of get to go in and, forget all that other stuff, just make music with a bunch of other really, really talented people. So I would say that, school, that exercises my left brain, but then Hodgson, that's all that's all for my right brain time. So that's what I like about Hodgson.
Well, I'm a low bass, so I love laying pavement. That is my favorite absolute thing to do, is just sit on the bottom of the staff. I don't have to read, am I the third stave, am I the fourth stave, whatever, if there's multiple parts. I like just sitting at the bottom and just,
On the lowest note that sounds good.
I like just making the lowest possible notes that I possibly can. And if it makes somebody else smile, it kind of makes me giggle a little bit, which
Every time
it's
you
just,
stick us, when that bass sort of comes up at the end, I get a grin.
it's one of my favorite things to do. Singing in the choir hasn't been very comfortable. When I was first in here, I was really super paranoid. I felt like every single other person was a music major. Learning that there's other non-music majors has made me so much more comfortable, so much more confident about my sound, and knowing that there's other people out there that can do it, and I can do it too.
I guess for me, like Gary, I also started in men's glee my freshman year, and that was just a lot of fun. It was a very laid-back experience, just a bunch of men singing together. And then second year coming into Hodgson's, after that first initial being really intimidated by everything, it was just the music making is on such a different level at that point. And I don't know, it's just being in that room and listening to everybody else in moments where I'm not singing, or moments where we hit a cadence and the chord just locks in so well. It's just hard not to smile and just be lost and not think about anything else that's going on in life. No other problems. It's just that moment right there and the music. And I don't know, I think that's just a really special thing.
So I guess we'll close off with what are you looking forward to most about the tour?
I think the places we're going to be singing in are just going to be phenomenal. They all look really beautiful, and I'm excited to hear what we sound like in them, because I love singing in huge old spaces like that, and I'm really excited to be making music with everybody in there and seeing the difference in sounds, and just it's going to be a really awesome experience.
Yeah, I want to win the competition first and foremost, but one of the major things, like Andrew was talking about, is going to these cathedrals, these classic places that have been standing for hundreds and possibly like 1,000 years, and just making music inside of those places. I feel like it's almost like a coat of paint we're putting on the inside of the cathedral that you can't see or hear, but there's so many other layers of hundreds of years of singing that's, might not be as good as we are, but so many more that are so much better than we are. And it's just, I think there's some kind of ethereal spirit there that we're kind of like collectively adding on to. It sounds kind of stupid, but just realizing there are so many others that have come before, and we're just, another piece of that tapestry is really important to me.
Well, I would say that, I'm definitely excited to win the competition, of course. But the thing that maybe for me is really cool is, well, I've never been to Europe before, but one thing I hear that Europeans like is their coffee, and I like my coffee too. So I'm really excited to check out the cafe scene in like Vienna and Prague and see what that's all about.
And
'Cause
the coffee houses are also coming up, so
yeah.
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I want to like do a little tally or like connect the dots based on where I get my coffee in Europe. So I'm actually really looking forward to that.
All right.